pull in, I'm going to throw a 2, 1, and I'm going to come over the top.
Holy smokes. That sounds good. Damn good. Won't even sound better as a fresh refreshment. There we go. Let's get cranked up. Let's get cranked up, baby. Episode 99. 99. Can't believe it. Have a bag of smoke. Have a bag of smoke. See if I can't say something dumb this episode. Have a little one. Oh yeah, baby. It's hot in Phoenix, I'll tell you that much right now. It is hot. 113, 115. And if you're one of those people in Phoenix, boom, that has an animal, and you keep him in the yard, and he has no shade, then you deserve to get your fucking ass beat. Beat bad, real bad. Every time I see that, there's this place by my house, it's like a beautiful property, a bunch of different pastures, and plenty of spots to put the place for the shade, but the horses are just in the sun and 0 spots to get out of the sun and just getting cooked alive. It's like, wow. And people say, well, those horses live in the wild. Yeah, the horses do live in the wild. And they have freedom to find shade. How is that legal, right?
I don't know. Should be animal abuse.
I don't fucking get it. It's 113 just cooking.
Yeah, it's so
And those
hot.
people just look at those animals, love my animals, and just sweating and fucking dying. Fireworks. Thank God our dogs didn't get too scared of the fireworks, but people are bitching about, like, oh, fuck you, Tim. You don't like fireworks? It's like, dude, what are fireworks cool for? Just to scare the fuck out of animals, give PTSD to the Army Ranger soldiers, pollute. It's like there's really nothing good for them. Just jack off for the fucking... Dumb.
Start fires.
Start fires. Tom Segura, we started that little
Special,
and that is funny, dude. I was yelling last night how funny that motherfucker is, because you listen to a lot of their mom's house pod.
Where my mom's at with Christina P.
Oh yeah, you listen to more of her stuff, but yeah, the Tom Segura special. Watch that if you get a chance, because it was filmed here in Phoenix at the Celebrity Theater too, and boy, is that good.
You were laughing hard at it.
Mm-hmm. We also watched the Kill Tony, the 10-year anniversary, which is pretty cool to see how long they've been around. And William Montgomery, he's got to be one of my favorite comedians out there. Just when he freaks out and just his sense of humor just seems so hilarious to me. But they sold out that huge theater. Joe Rogan was there, Tom Segura, Kill Tony. If you're into comedy at all and you haven't checked out that show, you're missing out, because it's a phenomenal show. And I think after the fight, we're going to go to one of his live shows, and Suge might be on the stage. I wouldn't want to be on the stage. I wouldn't want to be on the stage to get roasted. Probably wouldn't be that bad, but it'll be cool to see Sugar up there.
Well, now David Lucas isn't going to be there to roast you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Creating a good vibe. We're going to do an AMA here in a little bit for episode 99. I've got a ton of questions on Instagram. I haven't looked through any of them, so they could be dumb, they could be good, but I'll rip through them. We'll get through our topics here first. Well, first we got the UFC 290. We're leaving Saturday morning. 2 of my guys, amateur guys, are fighting Friday night, and then Saturday morning we're going to head out for the fights, just to be there, watch the fights live. It's going to be sweet to watch Yair Volk live and cage side. Those guys, 5 rounds, that's going to be sweet. I just don't see Yair beating Volk, but when you're that explosive and you're that, you're that unorthodox, you throw random shit, there's always a chance you could win. But after watching what Volk did to Max Holloway those handful of times, it's like, I don't know. And then Bo Nickel got a new opponent, 7-0. I kind of like this one better. Well, I don't want to see Bo Nickel lose, first of all. I don't want to see him lose. I want to see him rise up and get matches with big-time guys like Kamzat and stuff. But a Val Woodburn, you make a mistake, you shoot at the wrong time, a guy like that, short, stocky, explosive, there's definitely a way to win. Is the chances high? No, they're not high at all. But it's definitely possible with 4-ounce gloves. So hopefully Bo Nickel can get it done. And then the main event of the prelims, Robbie Lawler's still at it. I wonder if this will be Robbie's retirement fight. I think he's in his 40s. He's in his 40s. Yeah, he's 41 years old. He's been at it for so many years. Should be a good scrap too. Someone was talking about how do you create such a good vibe in the gym, and I was thinking about it too. I was like, damn, no matter how much money you have, if you have money for the most state of the art equipment and you just have the sweetest place out there and you have someone to invest, if you don't know how to create a good vibe in the gym, it's not gonna go anywhere. It might for a little bit, and I'm talking about more of a mixed martial arts gym, because I think you can have a lot of money and buy an LA Fitness or something and turn around and make it good. But a mixed martial arts gym for jiu-jitsu, MMA, or boxing, creating a good vibe. And more, I guess, jiu-jitsu gyms. But how do you think you do it? Just being, like, how do you think we've created such a good vibe here?
Well, I think, like, you've been to a lot of different gyms, so you've been able to see what you like from those gyms and be able to implement that here. But also, you've always just been really good at being friendly. Like, you always, like, just say hi when you walk into the room or smile, just be nice to everybody. And you do that here. And then everyone sees you doing that, and you don't try to act, like, tough to anybody. And so you're the leader, and everybody sees you respecting. New people that walk in that are maybe scared, and it took a lot of guts just for them to show up. And by you making them feel comfortable, they don't feel as intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, because you forget, we've been around it so long, you forget how intimidating it is to walk into a fight gym or a jiu-jitsu gym where they choke each other out. Super intimidating for people, and I think that's some of the hardest part. But I always love when beginners come in. I talk about it in this week's newsletter. Beginners are so much better than like a purple belt that comes over from a shitty gym that I have to try to reteach them all their stuff. And they barely know how to shrimp or technical stand-up. I'd rather teach a beginner, so I do welcome the beginners a lot.
Well, it's easier to teach someone who knows nothing than try to fix, like, bad habits. Because all that muscle memory is already formed for however many years. Yeah,
and I think being around all these different coaches and world champion level people, watching how they always treat people. And it's always nice. It's never a bully. It's never, like, mean. It's usually the people that are bragging to you or start talking about their accolades right when you meet them, they're pretty insecure about something.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, but that's good. That's probably one of the most things I'm proud about this place is just have such a good, friendly vibe when you walk in.
Well, and I think also people are kind of like surprised because you think, like, people that don't know, have never been in a fight gym, they think, like, people are going to be mean and tough. Like, they don't expect everyone to be so friendly. I think it shocks a lot of people. They just don't expect that.
And I think, too, when you get, like, a girl in or something or a woman in, making sure you're watching out for her. Like, don't put her with a brand new white belt who's a guy who doesn't even know his strength, doesn't even know the moves yet.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not letting a girl beat me. He starts fucking her up with their strength. It's like, God, that's going to rub that girl wrong forever. So taking care of, like, the brand new people or the really old people that are, it probably took a lot of guts for them to come in the gym when their body hurts. So taking care of them, putting them with the right people, having them go through the right things. Now, all right, getting 4-man groups. We're going live, takedowns. The 65-year-old guy's like, ugh. Got JX fucking hip tossing him.
Flying triangle.
Yeah. But
I think that's super important because I think people go in and they feel already so lost and confused. Like, the younger guys can fend for themselves a little bit better than I think girls are, like, older people, but that could make or break their experience.
yeah. and then never want to come back, or just be like, yeah, just ruin it for them. Okay, so that's good. Fights coming up. I think we've already talked about that, but we'll get to this little part that I thought stuck out that good in this book that I'm reading. It's called. This book is a good book if you're into something, really into something. It's called Mastery. Mastery, author to the ultimate athlete and education of ecstasy, key to success and long-term fulfillment. But mastery, it talks about mastering your sport or whatever you're doing. And this chapter 4 talks about loving the plateau. Early in life, we are urged to study hard so that we'll get good grades. We are told to get good grades so that we'll graduate from high school and get into college. We are told to graduate from high school and get into college so that we'll get a good job. We are told to get a good job so that we can buy a house and a car. Again and again, we're told to do one thing only so that we can get something else. We spend our lives stretched on an iron neck of contingencies. Contingencies, no question about it, are important. The achievement of goals is important, but the real juice of life, whether it be sweet or bitter, is to be found not nearly so much in the products of our efforts as in the process of just living itself. In how it feels to be alive, we are taught in countless ways to value the product, the prize, the climatic moment. But even after we've just caught the winning pass, or whatever it is, there's always tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. If our life is a good one, a life of mastery, most of it will be spent on the plateau. And that's freaking true. I mean, especially if you're grappling and jiu-jitsu, in mixed martial arts, any of the sports, you're going to get so good at a point, it's going to feel like you're not getting better. And the better you get, the smaller the jumps are in the improvements. The improvements are by just little. But when you're just starting, it's like, man, a big improvement here. Man, big improvement here. My eyes opened here. So enjoying the plateaus is important. So if you're going to the gym just so I can get a purple belt every day, as soon as I get a purple belt, I'll be happy. Or just to win this tournament, I go to practice every day and it's fucking miserable. I hate the people. I hate everything. I mean, it's not setting yourself up for longer term success. But going in there every day and just liking your teammates and liking being around those people and liking being competitive and make it a fun competitive, enjoying the plateaus is important. And you'll enjoy those plateaus more if you've went through injuries and have had to sit out for 6 months at a time just watching. You'll enjoy just being in there and being thankful for just being in training and being healthy and being able to do that. You got to be thankful for that. If not a large part of it may well be spent in restless, distracted, ultimately self-destructive attempts to escape the plateau, the question remains, where in our upbringing, our schooling, our career, are we explicitly taught to value, to enjoy, even to love the plateau? The long stretch of diligent effort with no seeming progress. And that has to, in anything that people are trying to become professional at, there's got to be those plateaus.
Well, it's kind of similar to like the saying, like, enjoy the journey. You know, it's not about the end result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And this one says, a lot of people go for, this is an Olympic gymnast talking. A lot of people go for things only because a teacher told them they should, or their parents. People who get into something for money, the fame, or the medal can't be effective. When you discover you own your own desire, you're not going to wait for other people to find solutions to your problems. You're going to find your own. I set goals for myself, but underlying all the goals in the work wasn't the fact that I enjoyed it. I thought gymnastics was fun, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's what I see too. People that truly just enjoy jiu-jitsu, love jiu-jitsu, or love whatever it is, they just seem to just get good. Really good. Okay, that's a good little piece. And I found the book that I picked up, and it was in my bookshelf. And I picked it up, and it was one of Sean's old books. And I think he was reading this around, he was really young when he started reading this book. And the book is called The Mind Power into the 21st Century. Techniques to Harness Astounding Power of Thoughts, the John Kehoe book. And it's a little bit like kind of self-help cheeseball-y a little bit, but just reading it and then thinking about how Sugar's career's gone, it's been pretty interesting, especially when he's reading it at a young age and getting that thing in his brain at a young age. If we know it and understand, hold on. We'll just start this part. He's like, this is all parts he's underlined and starred and stuff. Your inner consciousness is a powerful force who influences felt in every aspect of your life. It is, in fact, the major and most important part of who you are, and it is the main cause of your success and failure, your inner consciousness. Although a single, unaided thought hasn't much power, through repetition, the thought can become concentrated and directed, and forces can be magnified many times. The more the thought is repeated, the more energy and power it generates, the more readily it is able to manifest itself. Weak and scattered thoughts are weak and scattered forces. Strong and concentrated thoughts are strong, concentrated forces. But it's a lot of just like basic stuff in here. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, or if you're a young kid, 18, 17, I mean, even older people, I guess, if they've never learned about this stuff and the power of good thoughts and just healthy thoughts have on your whole life, compared to just habitual negative thoughts. Everything you look at, you judge it right away. Just being negative, feeling sorry for yourself, or fuck this person, or blah, 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 blah. People don't understand. And if you can't notice you're even doing that, then you're just going to probably have a pretty fucking miserable life.
Well, and I think like the older you get, the longer those pathways are formed in your brain. So it's harder to change. And our brain's formulated to like search for negative thoughts first. Like that's easier for us to do. So you have to train your brain.
Why is that easier to do you think?
The negative thoughts?
Yeah.
Because we're all like, because our brain is like old still. So we're still looking out for danger or negative things. So it's easy for our brain to think that way.
Yeah. And then when you have nothing wrong,
You
just
create problems.
make something up. Yeah, this is good. I could go on. I mean, he unloaded a fuckload of this book. It's just an interesting book to just scroll around. Talks about the visualization, the subconscious mind, dreams, reality, concentration, contemplation. These are all the table of contents. Creativity, and fulfilling relationships. Interesting shit. Okay, here we go, Jay. A gun pointed at your head and you're asked to sing a song from beginning to the end, no mistake. What will you choose?
50 Cent. Wanksta.
Hate it or love it.
Yeah. You're wearing G-Unit shirt too.
Yeah.
That's my favorite artist, man.
No, but for real. Answer
For
right
real?
now. There's a gun to your fucking head. Pick a song and you sing it.
You
without
can't
a
miss the
mistake.
wrong
I would say I
word.
lived a good life. Pull that trigger, brother.
You don't know any songs.
By heart, like all
Like
of them?
Twinkle Twinkle Little Fucking Star.
No. Itsy Bitsy Spider.
What about Bad Bunny?
No, I seen someone said
He doesn't know Spanish.
the ABCs. Yeah, I do.
No, he doesn't.
ABCs. That's a song.
Okay, yep, you're right. That's not a bad answer. ABCs.
What
Well,
about
think
you,
about
man?
That's good to think about. I mean, you never know when someone rolls up to you. They fucking say sing a song.
I was like, I ain't got no fear in my heart. Pull that trigger, boy.
What's yours?
What did you said? Strawberry wine.
What's
Yeah, that's
that?
what came to my head.
Taylor Swift?
That's some American stuff.
White folk?
Okay. God, I don't know.
Some 4th of
That's
July
such
shit.
a fucking tough one.
Well, but then when you were singing, proud to be an American.
I would sing that if I knew it for sure.
I don't think I know the song word for word, like for real.
It's easy to mess up like one word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all dead. Okay, Petr Yan has announced at his next gym. Training camp will be at a different gym. Yan has trained most of his career at the Tiger Muay Thai gym in Thailand. Where do you think would be the best gym for Yan to get back on track?
So fighters period.
I mean, people...
What if he hit you up, Tim? Like, hey.
It's so weird that just people like are... And maybe not him because it was in a whole different country, leaving his family and stuff. But when people just jump up and leave gyms because they lost a couple split decisions...
That'd be me. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably American Top Team for him. There's so many different coaches there. There's so many different guys to spar with. For him, I would say American Top Team. I can't see him really going anywhere else. Fucking little mean Petr.
But what if they just feel like they're not getting better or things aren't working?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Maybe it's...
Or is it a plateau?
Yeah, exactly. Is it a
Is it a
plateau?
bad thing?
Or is it you just didn't show up that night?
Yeah.
If you fought that guy a different night with that same train camp, you fucking smoke him, knock him out. Now it's like everything's right. It's just whoever shows up on that night feeling good.
I think
And
it
sharp.
depends, too, like how close you are to your coaches. Like, he doesn't live in Thailand, right? Or does he all the time?
But
So
yeah,
that's easier to probably
it's so
move.
hard to say. The
Maybe
only
you
one
think
that... The
he has
only
a
one...
family.
Yeah, the one that knows best is him. For sure.
And you've seen it work out and not work out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, 10 steps to get a harder erection, ladies and gentlemen. Kegels. Weak pelvic floor muscles lead to weak erection. Start doing Kegel exercises 3 sets a day.
What is Kegels?
You got a boner and you just flex it.
Oh,
You do your
Flex
Kegels
it,
every
hold
day.
it. I'm doing them right now.
You have a boner right now?
bricked right now?
Half stock. Yeah, okay, so those Kegels. I try to do Kegels. I actually really do. Once in a while. I usually do about 6 reps and then call it. Avoid porn.
Tired.
Avoiding watching porn and masturbation for 7 to 14 days will boost your testosterone and sex drive and will improve your erection. Yeah, it's so hard to say. It's like some weeks I have such good weeks and I think back and I'm like, damn, I didn't even bust a lot that week. And I've just had such good positive energy. And then there's times where I bust a lot and I'm just like fucking negative, have some anxiety, but I don't know if that's directly correlated.
Sounds like it is.
It could be. I mean, you talk to some people and they'll swear that that's it, but it probably is. Losing your fucking your special juices. Tongkat Ali, Tongkat
I take
Ali, at the gas station there. Little
No,
Circle
no,
K.
I've heard it in podcasts before. They talk about that a lot.
Oh, you did say you were taking it. Or Art said he was taking it too. Raises your free testosterone by 100 to 200 points. Get 400 milligrams a day for higher testosterone and harder erections. This is this is Men's Sexual Health on Twitter, by
It's
the
like
way.
a natural herb.
Is it?
Yeah.
They got those little shots at the Circle K too.
Yeah.
You
And
take
then-
it every day?
Pretty much, yeah.
You notice a difference?
I guess. I don't know. I'm always like breaked up though.
No, but like just in your energy or
Yeah, I
anything?
think I do. Cause like
I don't
I've
know
been
if you do, brother.
I trade a lot. I could keep going.
Yeah.
Sometimes even after like Nogi, I'm like, I still.
I'll go
Little
hit push-ups. Okay, zinc. Zinc deficiency leads to lower testosterone. Get 25 milligrams a day for more testosterone and harder erections. We've been taking the zinc from the Thorn. The Thorn supplements, I swear to God, they keep you on top of the stuff. Dan Garner swears by them. So many people swear by those Thorn supplements, and I love them. Your cramps get better when you stay on what is it?
The zinc and the magnesium.
The zinc and magnesium for the girls makes her cramps way better. But the Thorn stuff is so good. I do my aminos and magnesium drink with ice multiple times a day, and it's like this just fucking good lemonade. And I do the creatine too. Check out the link in the bio. I'll put it in the bio. There's a 15% off link. And gym members get 30% off.
Yes.
And Patreon members, $10 tiers and up, get 30% off. Save some bread. Avoid alcohol, obviously. Drinking alcohol lowers your testosterone, increases your estrogen, and lowers your sperm count. Daily sunlight. Yep. Lose body fat. What to eat. Foods for better sex. Watermelon, dark chocolate, pomegranate juice.
I love dark chocolate.
Do you? You do. You always have, haven't you? But what percent?
Me too.
70?
I don't even know.
You don't. You need to know. No,
I'll take a pic next
dude,
time.
the 99% is like,
It's just
No, that's
bitter as
bitter.
fuck.
Like the 75 is like good.
I like the 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Or-
almond in it.
Yeah, those are bomb. Zone 2 cardio. Doing cardio regularly improves your heart health and blood flow. Better blood flow leads to harder erections. Cardio is just fucking so boring. That's the hardest thing about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's more mental.
Yes. I'm on this bid. I found this online auction when I was cruising Facebook, and I've been auctioning on some of this shit. One of my buddy's gyms they shut it down, so they're selling all their stuff. So I'm in this auction for this skier. So then I can split my zone 2 cardios up. Zone 2 cardio is when your heart rate's like 135 to 140. So you can pretty much still keep a conversation and you try to nasal breathe the whole time. I'm trying to get the ski erg, I think it's called, and kind of split it up with the treadmill, the ski erg, and do different things. So it's just not on the treadmill the whole time. 10 supplements. Magnesium is one of them. Garner swears by that magnesium too.
I think the magnesium and zinc help with hormones a lot for both boys and girls.
So that's good. Get stronger boners if you're lacking that. Thank you very much. Okay. Logan Paul, here he goes. We turn up the
and Eric Zuckerberg fight.
This is what
if
Logan
Elon
said.
Musk and Eric Zuckerberg fight, I will do my UFC debut on the undercard. For free. I'll fight for free for charity.
Who would you fight?
Anyone. You know who I want to fight, actually? Because that bitch-ass Andrew Tate won't fight me? Give me Paddy Pimblett. Give me Paddy the Baddy. If Elon Musk and...
That's Logan Paul talking about that shit. Do people think that Paddy would just run over Logan Paul easy? He wouldn't. I'm telling you that much. He wouldn't. Logan is a ripped, in shape, 205-pound athlete with a wrestling background. Like, he's not just some slub.
You don't think he gets subbed, though?
There's a very good chance he could get caught in a triangle making a mistake.
100%.
Yeah, but isn't Logan way bigger?
Way bigger. Well, he's just bigger and stronger and a bigger athlete.
Well, he
knows how to punch in 4-ounce gloves. And Paddy's got a pretty good left kick. He drops his hands a lot.
What would they fight at, though?
It's not like Paddy's a great wrestler, so he's going to have a tough time getting it to the ground. He could pull guard.
I feel like he'd sub him.
There's a
They do
chance
like
he
a
would
catch
sub him.
weight,
Yeah, he would have to.
185, or what do you think?
I think Logan Paul said he'd have to come up in weight. So I bet Logan Paul could, if he. God damn, he's big though. He's a big motherfucker. He's 6'1", 205. Like,
hey, he's
ripped.
not going to go to 55.
No. He said Paddy would come up. That would be so goddamn sweet to see. Who would you want to win?
Paddy.
Because
Jiu-jitsu. I feel like Logan's kind of a douche.
I mean, I wouldn't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to, Logan's a nice guy though. Every time I've been around him, he's been super down to earth and just a nice dude. You've been around other celebrities or TikTok people that are just like kind of douchey. They just don't acknowledge everyone in the room. They're just blah, 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 blah. But Logan was always really cool. And I've never really met Paddy in real life. So here we go. Next one. There's a 50% chance your marriage will fail. And a 70% of all divorces are initiated by the women. So check out these 7 red flags before marrying a girl. She loves drama. If she enjoys causing a scene or is always the center of a crisis, step back. You want peace, not chaos. But then, like, you run into those guys that they find a peaceful girl who's really nice, down to earth, and they just get bored. Why do some people get addicted to, like, drama? Like, oh, you're boring. Like, even girls get like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some girls I like a little bit of toxic in my relationship. Like, it's like weird.
It's probably how they grew up and those neural pathways in their brain. That's what makes them like get dopamine or whatever.
But you don't really like drama in your life, but you like watching TV shows that have a lot of just drama.
Yeah, but that's better than creating drama in my own
of
life.
course. But why do you like watching it?
You do too.
I do.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't have it in your life.
Yeah.
So you guys are
So we get it through
entertained by it.
Yeah, I
In
mean,
like a
we
weird
don't have any
way.
bad drama. That's true. Okay, so stay away from that.
I think everybody likes a little drama.
Yeah.
It just depends where you get it from.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
What kind of drama you like?
Same shit
you,
as you guys.
You creating
What
drama?
kind?
Am I creating drama?
Yeah.
No, what kind
I
do you
have.
like?
Oh, like, I'm trying to think. I like,
Kardashians.
no, I watched this shit on YouTube called The Button. And it's basically like speed dating. And it's like super entertaining. Have you seen it, Mariah? or no? It's like, you guys would like it. It's like kind of awkward. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. 2 people sit down and a button in the middle. You talk for a little bit. The button turns red. If you're not feeling them, you just press it. Sometimes they both press it at the same time. It's just like super awkward. You gotta watch it, Tim.
It's
I got,
called
you
like
gotta
the
send me
button.
that.
You gotta like it.
I like that. I like that kind of shit.
Well, even when or like people like to judge, like when we're watching Kill Tony, we're judging
Yeah.
those people.
I don't know why. Yeah. Is it an ego booster? It makes you feel better about yourself?
I don't know. It's just funny.
I think it is.
Probably.
Okay. She has a bunch of exes. This might mean she can't stick to one guy. Imagine being her next ex-husband. They have a bunch of exes. Is that something to avoid?
If they've
Like, if
been
you talk to a
divorced
girl-
5 times, we probably don't
Yeah, I
want to
know, right?
marry them.
What if their
Yeah,
body
people-
count is 60 plus? Is that different from dating?
Yeah,
If they just hooked up a lot?
that's different than
Yeah,
dating.
but if you find a girl who has been married 5 times, she's
Yeah.
she's that not smart to be like, or she's that good at hooking these guys, and then something happens after they get married or something.
Yeah, you don't know.
Getting married, you gotta, people who just get married like that, just go sign that paper. I'm like, you are so not smart.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily that they're not smart. They just think that's what they're supposed to do. They're not thinking for themselves, maybe.
Yeah, could be.
We all hate marriages here.
Yeah, it's because our parents are divorced. Like,
For real.
fucking- well, Mariah's aren't though.
I'd not.
Oh, they're together still?
I don't think
Together
marriage is
and
bad.
happy. No, I don't think marriage is bad either. But people who get married
I
within a
think-
year of knowing someone,
Yeah,
and
I
not
know.
seeing them at their worst and how they react to different things,
Yeah.
then they just decide to get married and sign the paperwork. Now you own half of
But
whatever.
Tim,
I
what
own.
if Mariah said, I want to get married? Would you?
Yeah, I mean, if that was
If
important
she
to her,
wanted that.
Okay, let's get married.
Dang.
we will. Maybe when we pop one out.
You don't love me.
Yes, I
You
do.
don't love me 10 plus years?
No, like 13 years.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe when we pop out
Get a
a
little
one.
ring, man.
Pop out a little one. I got her Aura ring.
No, he's ready to get married.
She's money hungry. If she's always about the cash, it's a bad sign. A woman who values you for you is a keeper. Yeah, it's always like, unless you're really balling, just find a girl and like she just wants some Gucci shit. She just wants some Versace. She just loves going shopping and getting Versace and Gucci and just that stuff. It's like,
When
is
I
that
think
unattractive or not?
I mean, obviously, if that's all what they want, but it's not bad to treat yourself.
No,
I'll get a Logan
at all.
t-shirt here and
But
there.
no, that's what she does for fun.
Oh, no. Then I'd be
That's
like,
her hobby.
and I think it's different too. Like we started dating, we were 19, we didn't have anything.
just broke, huh?
Yeah. So it's like different when you grow up like that together than if you like have a lot of money.
Yeah, you're definitely close in a different way.
Yeah.
When you're used to being broke and climb up.
Well, you
down.
know that person's not after you for your money.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if you're like rich and famous already, that's going to be harder to like.
Navigate
Yeah.
for sure. It's gonna be so hard. I mean, for those influencers that they try to date under the influencers, I'm like, ugh. But you see why this doesn't work out that much.
Well, and then no one's taught to communicate either.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like looked at. I think it's better now, but it's looked at like, oh, you're failing if you go to a therapist. You know.
Yeah, which I don't understand.
No,
That's like you're failing because you're
You need help, and you need to learn how to communicate and how to understand each other.
something broke on your car and you're weak if you bring that to a mechanic.
Yeah, fix
You
it
need a quick
yourself.
oil change, eh?
Yeah, you bring it to a fucking mechanic. If your brain's broken, something's not right, but you love this person and you want it to work, you got to go to a mind mechanic
Yeah.
or a psychologist or an expert in that area to almost like bounce ideas off. I don't know why people are so scared to do that either. If they actually want it to work.
I think it's looked at as a failure.
Could be pricey, too. What if they don't have the money
Yeah.
for that?
True.
I
they don't
think
have
it
the
is
money for
more
that.
affordable now with all the online stuff. Or just listening to.
But still, online's different than in person.
I think so too.
I think. Okay, she's lazy. A woman who can't get up and get things done will be a burden, not a partner. That would be fucking annoying. If you're trying to hustle, you're trying to grind, you're paying for stuff, you're doing all this stuff, and she's just
Fat ass and just kidding.
fucking lazy. Just it doesn't really have any hobbies. Her only hobbies is surfing on her phone and bitching at
Shopping
you.
and drama.
Yeah, that would be bad. She's got to be doing something to benefit and not just sucking the D only.
Yeah, for real.
But, or maybe.
What if she's a good D, though? G?
Sucks good D and doesn't bitch at me
Yeah.
and she just sits in there? sits in her room.
You would not like
Prisoner.
that.
Yeah, I don't think I would. She's always unhappy. Life's too short to spend with the misery guts. You need someone who lifts you up, not drags you down.
That's really hard to be around, and it's so draining.
Yeah, and that's the thing I've talked about before too. Is just if anytime you talk to someone, the only thing you have in common is talking shit about to other people.
Yeah.
It's like that's just not. And then you feel like you need to relate. Someone's bitching about their life or bitching about their partner. You feel like you need to relate and bitch about your life or bitch about your partner when it's like.
Or try
You
to
think
change the
it's-
subject.
But it's just like a waste of fucking energy and even
Yeah.
talking.
And you don't feel good after you talk like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, and I think sometimes you have to vent, but like that energy, you want to get it out and then you give it to someone else.
And it's even more annoying too when you try to help that person. Say, if I was me in that scenario, I'd try to do this. You try to help them, give them some tips, but they just ignore that. They want to keep bitching.
Yeah.
She's secretive. Trust is crucial in marriage. If she hides things, that's a problem. Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I heard something too.
Should you be able to journal stuff and that be your journal?
For real though. No, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, there's a difference from being secretive and having privacy.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
But
I've
then
been
where's
there.
the line?
that's what I'm saying. You got to
Where's the
draw
line?
those lines. You got to set those.
I think you have to
boundaries.
figure that out for each relationship for
Yeah,
itself.
for sure. Depends how you start out too. You know, like if you start on a bad foot,
Lying or secrets.
me.
I don't think that was it.
Well, if you're lying in secrets and then a girl has intuition that you're lying and having
Yeah,
secrets,
girls are
she's
very
gonna
intuitive.
find
Does
it.
that give her access to tap into your privacy
Yeah,
rules?
for real though.
If
Now
she
I'm
feels
scarred.
like
Yep.
you're lying.
Yep. Does that give you access to the privacy rules?
I don't know.
What if they traumatize the guy
How?
by looking through their shit?
And you can't. That's why you got
Now
you
I
as the
gotta- now I got to
guy.
be more secretive.
You as the
But
guy.
then you become more secretive, then she
Exactly.
becomes more untrusting, and then it's just a disaster. It's probably never gonna work.
Or maybe it will, and you just ignore it.
Yep. Throw it under the rug.
Until the next explosion.
For real.
Okay, here we go. We'll start on some of these AMAs because we got a lot of them. Would you eat a girl's ass on the first date?
Would you? Think?
I just don't
If you were
think so.
drunk and she was sexy, and she said that's
I
what
don't think
Well,
you
it's
would.
because
and she was like, "That's the only way you can fuck me. Like, you have to eat my ass first." But she
what
like,
was Tom Segura saying? That kissed that. Fuck, he has a good bit on that. You should watch it. It's funny.
Netflix.
Probably not.
can't relate, man.
Okay,
Seriously?
No, I'm just kidding.
is the magic wand worth the money?
Yes.
Right?
Every girl needs one.
Yes.
Some girls can't handle it on the clitoris.
I
What's
guess.
the other one that they have, the little rose one or some shit?
I don't
Don't
know.
ask me how I know, G.
Yeah, I don't
You know more about that than me.
Will Schmitty beat up the average Joe? It's so hard to say. How much scrappiness does that average Joe have on? Schmitty's a big dude, though.
If they're like
Schmitty-
the same weight, like Schmitty and the other guy's the same weight,
Yeah, it's how scrappy is that guy?
yeah, it's true.
But Schmitty's a big motherfucker. People don't realize how much 6'6", 300 pounds feels. Like, it's a lot. How's that red light? The red light's good. I like it. What about the red light therapy do you really like? I feel like it calms my eyes down because we have our whole house pretty much red light in the night.
Yeah, I feel like when we don't have it on at night, my body like wants it. Like I want to go turn it on. It feels just good and relaxing.
Emotionally unavailable. What's that even mean? I always get cut off by a chick due to this. She just maybe
She can't connect to you emotionally. Or she's having a lot of other problems, so she doesn't have like time or space for that emotion.
emotionally unavailable.
It's just a good
It is
excuse.
me. I'm emotionally unavailable. What parts of Arizona are recommended to go / stay away from? Depends what you're wanting to do. Depends what you're wanting to do. It really does. Advice for 27-year-old who doesn't have their shit together.
Get get your shit together.
For real.
Yeah, but just get your shit together when he's just got raised by a bunch of people, by two people who just don't have their shit together at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd find someone and just learn from. You got to take it into your own hands. Start reading a little bit. Grab fucking Tim Ferriss, Tools of Titans, or Tim Ferriss, Tribe of Mentors. Start reading it and start taking it in.
I think everybody just wants to have their hand held through the process. Like,
Yeah.
bro, figure it out.
Well, there's at like some point you have to realize nobody can change it except you.
Well, that's the thing about being such a good parent. If you hold your kid's hand through everything, they're going to get to that age and have no tools for life.
Yeah, I think starting at a young age, they need like chores or they need to learn how to do things for themselves so they can be self-sufficient.
True.
Where are you going to retire if you already in Peoria? I don't know, but I do really like Phoenix. There's just everything you need to do. I do obviously love it because of the community we made here. If this community was anywhere else, I'd probably be able to love it there too. But there's just Phoenix. There's just always shit. Good restaurants. You can get good food. Those are big things I enjoy.
Well, I think people like expect you to be like, okay, I'm going to retire and move somewhere. Like that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, like realistically. If I could live anywhere though, it'd probably be kind of in those the greener mountains of San Diego.
Yeah, that was really pretty.
Similar to where Paul Check lived.
And like the good, they have good weather like year round.
Yeah, good weather year round.
Summers right now.
Sweet. I have a torn labrum and my legs feel like they've been kicked repeatedly by John Jones. The story of you losing your V card or biggest one you had to take for the team. Big one I had to take for the team.
I don't think I've ever had to take one for a team.
You never been a wingman?
Nope.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
I
but
probably
not
have.
like that, I guess.
I think I have. But losing the V card, I was 14 years old. Me and my bud went over to these two girls' place. Their parents were gone. We were making out.
Don't grow it.
And I went to finger her, and she said, "I'm not into that elementary shit."
So she was a whore?
And I had a condom. So I pulled that condom out, gave her a pump.
Were you scared?
Gave her a pump. I left. I'm like, because I thought for sure, whoever I lose my V card to, that's gonna be a special one. And I text her right after I left. I'm like, so what are we now? She's like, we're better friends. I'm like, fuck.
Wasn't she
That
older?
explains you, G.
I think maybe a year older.
That explains Tim.
Yeah.
Come on, girls now.
We're just
better
better friends.
That's fine.
That's it.
That's good.
Give us the story of your first bully encounter or the first time you had to use BJJ.
Ketchup?
I was in a street fight before with a kid, and I tried to throw him. I tried to over-under throw him on the concrete, and I threw him on top of me, like on the asphalt. But then I bridged up into a single leg all the way to my feet and lifted him really big in a single leg and boom, dumped him on his back and he hit his head, and then mounted him and then started not really in like this is
How long were you training already?
I was just wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Wrestling in high school. That's the first time I encountered a bully really who was just kind of a fucking douche. And then the cops came and I chugged a monster right before that street fight. Going to that fight, I was chugging a monster, had it ice cold, putting it on my knuckles, icing them up.
That's sick.
Wait,
But it was the dark, so I couldn't see the kid. So I literally walked at him, knew it was him, swung, ended up in the over-under and tried to toss him. What?
You swung first?
Oh, yeah, I swung heavy, too.
But what like caused you guys to meet for the fight?
It was on a phone. It was on a phone. I remember, I think it was a text message, say, bring you and your boys.
But
Why?
what caused it?
Over a girl?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It wasn't over a girl.
Oh,
It was just, he was the tough kid, kind of a bully, just kind of a...
Was he a bully to
bitch.
you?
Not really to me. No, he was across town. And then his brother, the next week, I was at the state fair, and then we were leaving the state fair, and his brother said, "Hey, get Tim out here." My buddy, I was already in the car. My buddy said, "Hey, this Colton, his younger brother, who was bigger and tougher, wanted to fight me." So then we went in the little parking lot area, and I fucking ripped him with a couple hard right hands, bare knuckle. And then I'm standing there tired. He's tired. I'm like, "We good?" He Like, yeah, we're good. And then we walk separate
Did
ways.
you feel like Chuck Liddell or what?
I did.
Iceman?
I did. But then the kid that I got his brother I got in Street Fight this when we went to court because we both got tickets. He got more tickets than me because he was a troublemaker and had shit on his record, so I didn't really get anything. But his back of his head was scabbed up bad from bouncing off the asphalt.
You could have killed him.
I know.
Ugh.
You just liked that feeling of his head
Not
bouncing
really,
off the
not
asphalt?
really. I didn't like that.
I would have. Just kidding.
But then right after I boom smacked him a couple times, I got up and I'm like tired and my friends aren't doing shit and his friend comes behind me and has a half a pool stick
Oh, I remember you
and
talking about
swings it at my head and I duck because I saw a shadow and it hits my friend in the shoulder and they don't do anything. I turn around and that kid's just booking it to his car and then the cops start showing up and I'm like, I'm so tired and I didn't do anything. So they gave us tickets. They picked up that kid off the ground though and then put him in their little Jeep and then that's where they got caught leaving the park.
Oh.
How do I stop junk food addiction? That one's fucking hard if you're so conditioned when you're hungry to just go to the gas station, grab a snack, get your blood sugar just spiked.
I think like trying to just eat one healthy thing a day, because I think people go like, I'm gonna eat healthy, and then they don't eat any junk food, and then they just binge it all again. Then they get really like down on themselves and probably not good self-talk.
And then relapse.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, this is pointless. It's never gonna work. I think not really trying to take the junk food out, just trying to eat one good thing a day, and maybe every week you add that.
Yeah.
And then you'll slowly start not eating so much junk food.
Could up your water. There's a good chance you could up your water too. But she's right. Just people are like, I'm dieting. Today's starting my diet. Yep. No, I'm eating only this. Blah, 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 blah. Like you're setting yourself up to fail. Most
Yeah, because
people
you're not
learn that,
used
though.
to eating just vegetables. You're used to eating McDonald's or whatever.
But who knows if veggies are even the thing for you? But probably for most just to get the nutrients.
What about all those alternatives at Sprouts and shit though? Like the healthier candy, the healthier chips, I guess.
Yeah.
It's still bad, but it's not as bad.
As bad, probably. Your probably stomach knows how to more digest the natural stuff than the man-made sweeteners or all that kind of crap.
Yeah. And I think, just like, okay, if you're going to drink pop, then drink Zevia. Or if you're going to eat chips, then get the chips with the avocado oil or but it can be expensive too.
Yeah, exactly. When you're used to going and getting a bag of Doritos, a fat bag of Doritos for 99 cents, and you got to go buy a bag of chips at Sprouts now for $5.29.
Yeah,
like, fuck.
for half the bag.
For real.
Okay, how do you develop a killer mindset in fighting from someone who's never fought? It's just going to come through training, dude. That's going to come. You can be mad all you want. People think, oh, I'm going to fight. I'm going to freak out. And when I freak out, you're not stopping me. It's like, you're going to get stopped, bud. You're going to get stopped. You're going to get fucking tired. So you have to build up that confidence and fight through tough positions and fight through tough things in practice over and over and over. And you'll slowly get stronger. How do I stop junk food addiction? I already read that. Ever thought about training Sean at elevation before a fight? There was a point when Benson did a fight camp in Flagstaff when he was fighting Frankie Edgar, and they rented a big house up there, a big 6-7 bedroom house, and we'd go up there and train, and we could sleep in the house if we wanted to, a bunch of good guys. And that was a pretty fun experience, but Sean probably won't want to fight at elevation. But if he did have to defend the title or something in elevation, then we got to do it. Go train. We would probably go up and rent a house for 5 weeks. Ever thought about what makes Kyler Phillips so good? Watching his fights is someone in flow, smooth as fuck. He is fucking good. Kyler is so good. He's good at jiu-jitsu. He's a good athlete. As a young kid, he did gymnastics. He did jiu-jitsu since he was starting out 4 years old, and in gymnastics and wrestling throughout his younger life. He's a very good athlete. And now he's very skilled and athletic on his feet too. And he's so good on the ground that he can be reckless on his feet and just be exciting. So he is fun to watch. Have you read Hicks and Gracie's book, Breathe? Yeah, I have. And it's freaking good. And I'm going to reread it probably again. Really good. Did you ever consider living and training in Brazil while coming up in jiu-jitsu? SNM Charlie from Patreon. Thanks, brother. I never thought about it. I thought it'd be cool though, but pretty much here, when I was doing the competition training, it was all guys that just recently moved to the U.S. from Brazil. So I felt like I was in Brazil training already because every day I'd be the only English guy there or the one speaking English. Everyone else is speaking Portuguese, talking through the positions and everything in Portuguese. So I felt like I was in Brazil, but we trained hard. Those guys taught me how to train hard in the gi, which was sweet. Some key float pass tips to focus on. I struggle to keep my weight down and they kick me off. I mean, you're going to have to be fast at going around the head and taking the back. Be so fast at going north-south that they have to go to turtle and you're taking their back. Not a bad idea. Who's your favorite current MMA fighter that's not anyone you train? I don't really have a favorite. Volkanovski's fucking fun to watch, dude. He's such a beast. And he's so short. The way he's taking care of these guys that are so much taller than him and athletic than him is sweet. And it's something special, I think. How long after you cold plunge do you shower or hot tub? I've been jumping the cold plunge for probably a minute at night, and it's 40 degrees, and I go walk right to my shower, and I don't turn the shower on hot. I just kind of rinse off with the colder water. But still, in Phoenix, the cold water lasts like, what?
2 seconds.
Literally 30 seconds, and your water's hot. It's fucking crazy.
It's not hot. It's like lukewarm, but it's not cold.
Mm-hmm. Shrooms tell you God is real and push you to the next level. Shrooms got me right with music. Well, that's good. If we want to send you sugar gifts, where we send it to? Probably the gym. You can find the gym address on the gym website. You and Suga ever coming to Australia? Possibly. Would you ever rather stayed in the UFC or was becoming a coach the right decision? For me right now, when I truly think about it, I feel like this was the best decision. For sure, I feel like that. But who knows? I've always been a pretty like optimistic person wherever I'm at in life. There's never a point where I was like just down and depressed constantly.
No, and you had the right to be and you weren't.
What's the longest period you've gone without smoking weed in the past 5 years? A couple weeks, probably. A couple weeks from being sick. With coaching striking, are you doing mostly boxing influence striking or do you use Muay Thai? I use the Muay Thai, but a lot of boxing. A lot of boxing with a little bit of kicks here and there. That's the kind of style I like. Boxing with wrestling. Yeah. How do you deal with losing a loved one? Fuck, I don't know, brother. There's probably some experts out there you could talk to. That's if I lost a loved one and was that hurt and like damaged, I'd have to just try to read books and see what I can do about it when I have those thoughts. What's the best way to counter them?
Or go to a therapist that can give you the tools.
Yeah. Are you thinking about having kids soon? You and Mariah will be legit parents. Yeah, we're thinking about it here. How do you manage training and lifting without further existing injuries or creating new? Again, that's another thing. You just try to pick up books and read about it and try to listen to smart people. There's smart people out there that committed their life to that kind of stuff and they put it for free on YouTube. Check it out, brother. Keto or no keto? I don't really have like a diet like that. Where I'm just like, I'm keto or I'm veg or vegetarian.
You're vegan?
I'm a veg.
Are you high?
I'm so fucking high.
That's fire.
You can skate, but can you do a tray flip? That's a real measure of a man. I've gotten so close to doing 360 flips and I just never was able to get it down. So people who rip 360 flips easy is sweet. Should I move to the US? It seems like I really want to. Well, there's your answer, buddy. What do you think about the stem cell patch therapy? I've never heard of the patch therapy, brother. Best open guard. Shit, that's preference. That's preference because at the Jiu-Jitsu Worlds, there wasn't a guard that people were just entering. You couldn't shut down. It's 50-50 guard, single leg X. It's a X guard. Not a ton of half guard.
Deep half?
Not a ton, but that's not open guard anyway. Sure. What happened to Casey Kinney? I don't know. I haven't talked to Casey in a minute. I got to hit him up. I know he lives around here. It's a good question. I'm going to hit him up. Can I save up money, do a class with y'all? Yeah. Would you rather eat 100 corn dogs or 100 hot dogs? I'd go corn dogs.
Oh,
I'd go corn dogs with a good dip. What about you?
hot dogs.
I don't even like weenies anymore. I'm not 12.
What?
We
You
just
need to
had-
get some meat in your life, dude.
I like steak and beef, bruh.
Yeah, plant-based.
Tofurkey.
Oh.
Veg.
You'd go hot dogs over corn dogs?
I hate corn dogs.
Ugh. Hot dogs. A good hot dog, though.
Those hot dogs we had last week.
Just like these beef grass-fed ones from Sprouts are fucking good. What do you think about Suge's second round submission? That's how I'm betting. It's definitely possible, but I'm telling you what, Aljo's good. He's gonna know how to escape things, but it's definitely possible because when you get cracked and you're on wobbly legs and you don't know really what's going on, possible. How is life in AZ after the Jobins moved down before they were there? Not really any different. They come and hang out at jiu-jitsu. They've joined the crew and we hang out and do some games once in a while and some barbecues. It's not bad. Favorite comedian? I wouldn't say I have a favorite. Andrew Schultz was so good live.
He was
Theo
funny.
Vaughn is just fucking so funny. William Montgomery is so funny.
Tom Segura.
Tom Segura's The Special was so good. You had a favorite comedian?
I like Theo Vaughn a lot. When I went to his shows, crying.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Only able to train jiu-jitsu 2 times a week. Is there ways to improve off the mats? Mat time is important.
Watching.
Yep, watching, and then just studying on the YouTube. There's so much good stuff. Do you ever wish you were in Sean's position? I've never even really thought about that. There's a lot of pressure on him, and he handles it good. So, I don't know. I don't think so. What we got going's good.
Yeah.
Really enjoy it.
I don't think it'd work if it was the other way around.
What does a typical preparation for a jiu-jitsu comp look like for you and your team? We just train hard a lot, as many times as we can. What happened to the match between Jehovah's Witness Sono versus Suga? First of all, Sono's not a Jehovah's Witness. Jehovah's Witnesses are
Legit.
usually they're Jehovah's Witnesses and they're proud of it and they want to spread it. Sono is he's a Christian. He's a Christian. He's one of those Christian guys.
That's crazy.
How do you see Corey versus Umar playing out? It's hard to say. Fucking hard to say on that one. We'll talk about that one more when it gets closer. If you had to choose to do either gi or no gi for the rest of your life, which one it would be?
Gi.
For the rest of my life, it'd be the gi. There's just still just so much to learn, and you can train when you're older, when you're 40 and 50. You can still do it. You can a little bit in no gi, but there in no gi anymore. You have to. I mean, in the gi also, but more no gi. You have to wrestle up, and wrestling is super physical. Mm-hmm. It's hard on the body too.
It's hard on your neck.
It is hard on your neck, not this neck.
Same. You see me get taken down.
Bro, that girl's explosive. That's not, she's
good.
big and she's strong.
I guess she's been wrestling her whole life too.
Yeah, she's the one who brought girls wrestling to Liberty High School.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
She blasted over me. I was like, in the air.
Yeah, but she's strong. That was sweet. How far is Sean out from earning his black belt? Probably a little ways. I mean, when you're a black belt, okay, what should be called a black belt? Say if Sean went out there and subbed the next 3 guys in a row, but he's not as great in the gi. He's still a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. He's hitting submissions under the hardest circumstances against some of the top fighters in the world. Mm-hmm. So that's like a black belt.
Yeah, it's always weird too. Like the MMA guys, they don't do gi obviously. Or a lot of them don't.
But for Sean, I know he's going to do gi later in life.
Yeah.
So I want him to be able to, before he gets to black belt, I want him to still and just improve his gi and improve his grips and improve his gi guards and stuff. Mm-hmm. So probably a little while till he's able to just focus on the gi. But like I said, it'd be hard not to give him a black belt when we train a lot with very good black belts. And if he's subbing guys in the UFC at the highest level, it's like, fuck. What are some indicators that it's time to take risk or leap in your life? Yeah, I don't know.
If you're bored,
Take risk or leap.
feel stagnant. I don't know.
I don't know what the good indicators are. Yeah, if you're just so stuck in the same shit and what's going through your mind isn't enjoyment a lot, then maybe change it. Can you talk about your experience sparring with the legend Benson Henderson? We did spar a lot, actually. Benson and I sparred a lot when he was the champion, too. And I tell you what, when that dude was the champion, that was a freak of nature. He literally wouldn't run out of gas. Learned a lot from Benson. Learned a lot how to work hard. Learned a lot on how to have a shitty practice and just have it go over your shoulder like it's nothing. Move on to the next one. And he didn't really talk a lot. Benson didn't talk a lot, but he would work really hard. He had crazy, crazy work ethic. Also, best way to get better at sparring classmates that are 4 to 5 inches taller than you. I mean, keep working on it, brother. Keep working on it. You can learn how to get closer to them. Most important things to learn in your first year of BJJ training. Just the basics. If you go to a good gym, they should have a curriculum. And within a year, you should know how to do a good handful of stuff. And for every gym, that's different. But Taquino and his brother created a curriculum that I went through and I got to learn, and now I get to use it for my students. And I think that's the right way to go about it. How's Suge dealing with the pressure, wishing the best? He's dealing with it good, just working hard. Do you need a blunt roller? Yeah, I wouldn't mind one. Training with a kid on the way. How to balance family with training and work. Fuck.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, brother. I don't have a kid. How to grow a healthy relationship with weed. We've talked about that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Don't smoke that weed and talk yourself out of eating good, or don't smoke that weed and talk yourself out of working out. If you start doing that, you gotta fucking realize it.
Just be like me and don't smoke at all, dude.
Yeah.
Or like earn it. Like wait till the night till you've gotten everything done.
Yeah. How can you tell if it's just strange or she's worth pursuing more in 2023? I would just try to bring up things that she's into. And does she have interests? Does she have a passion that she's really into? Does she have does it seem like she has a mindset that's like a growing mindset? If you're that way also, then you'd be like, damn, I could see myself kind of growing and getting better with this girl. But strange, good puss. I mean, you can't be mad at it. Favorite videos to get you pumped for training, if any? Love your brother. I really like the Stuart Cooper films. Stuart Cooper films are so well made. He's the one who came on the podcast. He makes all these 80cc highlights and he makes jiu-jitsu documentaries. His page is sweet. I like to watch those because there's just so many scrambles and guys fighting for positions and guys sprawling hard and sweet shit going on. Would you rather be an eagle or a swallow? What's the swallow?
What the fuck's a swallow?
Is it a type of bird?
Yeah.
Is that a sex question?
Eagle easily, dude.
No, swallow's like a little bird.
If I could almost be any
Of course an
animal.
eagle.
If you had to be any wild animal, no domestic animal.
Jaguar. It's me, G.
I'd be an eagle. And
I'd
fucking
catch ya.
just soar. So you wouldn't. I'd be looking at you down
jaguar?
there saying, wow, look at that pussy. And then swoop right by.
But why would anybody want to be a swallow?
Yeah,
Not sure what that is.
me either.
It's like a little barn bird.
Once a girl didn't let me hit just because I didn't have a condom. Safe way to say the chick is German? Big mad, we clean, bro.
What?
Huh.
I think she's smart.
Yeah, exactly. Big mad. No, yeah. Dinner with 3 people dead or alive. Who you picking? I'd probably go William Montgomery, Rick, and then
That'd be fire.
Theo Vaughn probably.
That'd be sick.
Just sit there and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
What would you recommend for someone who struggles with food inflammation, proper sleep? I'd save up, contact Dan Garner, get your blood work tested, and see what food's causing you the inflammation. Be the way to do it. Should girls' toes be done? Feet be nice? Are you big on that? I'm not huge on
mind
that,
it,
but it's
but-
like if you got ashy feet, it's like, you ever heard of lotion?
Yeah, just clean them. Like, make sure they're just clean.
Yeah, it's like,
What about a girl with jiu-jitsu feet that just got like mat burn?
I don't mind.
blisters?
I mean, I don't mind that if they're still clean.
Yeah, they're clean.
Yeah, clean.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Would you start uploading to Snapchat? I just need to figure out how to do that. How to turn your profile.
How do you get paid too, right?
How to
Yeah.
turn your profile into one people just view so you don't have to be friends with them.
Oh.
I need to figure that out. How old is too old to start fighting? Not necessarily pro, but amateur. There's never too old. You could be late in your 30s and still gain enough skills to fight as amateur, and
Just to
even
experience.
40s if you're young enough. I mean, healthy enough. Yeah, just if you want that experience and you want that rush. Dream matchup for Sugar Shane at bantamweight or featherweight? I don't know. Nothing really. It's just what the fuck ever's next. It's going to be the best people. Mentally dealing with a physical injury, you got to read, dude. Read, watch YouTube, learn some good shit, and just still keep your mind improving and not just going downhill, jacking it all the time. Jacking it, fucking watching dumb shit. What does that energy feel like being in the octagon as a big fight? It feels when you're in there, it's a little bit more energy because the arena's big and there's so many people. But still, just being the coach in the fight, every cage I've been around is just the same. The guys across from you, everything's the same. I used kratom to kick heroin many years ago, just raw natural relief. Okay, pain.
Cameras died.
All of them. Fuck.
We're like over an hour. That's why.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we have a little screenshot here. Our camera's fucking died. We're a little over an hour. I wasn't even halfway through those questions, but I'm cooked, so I could do those all day. How about I do the
100.
rest on? There's probably at least a lot more. Episode 99. I'm gonna do the rest of these on Patreon. So if you want to support, there is content going up there all the time. I break down my newsletter. I do my newsletter pretty much first thing on that video for Patreon. You get discounts. You get all sorts of stuff. So, and July, I'll probably do a Patreon vlog when we go to Vegas this weekend. And then I'm going to do as much as possible and keep grinding on that. But if you enjoyed the pod, hit subscribe. Episode 99. Thanks for hanging out. All our people are fucking awesome. So hit that sub button. Shoot me a comment, whatever it is. It helps out the algorithm, I think. Okay, love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.